everyone, hope this finds you well. Please note my disclaimer here that this video is not meant for you to offend people, whatever your belief may be. Today I'll be showing you how to read the Bible. Whoops, sorry, wrong book. But thanks, Dr. Mary Tay. I know it might be like a code and a little bit scary, but really it's not as tricky as it seems. The Bible now comes in at least two forms, the physical and the digital. This video is about reading physical Bibles in English. Like with other English books, most Bibles involving English are readable from left to right, so you can prepare to open them like this. Unlike most other books, be gentle when you turn the pages, because apart from the end papers, Bible paper is fragile and easily torn. It's very light, so try not to rip it. If you're not sure how to navigate, there are two ways to do this. As with other books, it has a contents page telling you on which page things in this copy are. And while it's been bound into one physical book, if you don't already know, it's actually a collection of smaller books. The most widely read has 66 books in two sections. The first 39 as part of the Old Testament, and the last 27 as part of the New. This is a more powerful method of navigation because while not every Bible will have its books on the same page, each Bible will have the same books, almost always in the same order. Of course, not everyone remembers these books in sequence, and those who do took some time to memorize them. Here's one of my old copies from when I was much younger and still learning them. These things are called tabs and an incredibly useful tool. And if it's not immediately obvious, I was in primary school at the time and I stuck these on myself. These books also have short forms too. Some content pages will show you what they are, down to 3 characters. So you can see some short forms here. And usually, the text is typeset like this. You have the book name and reference, page number somewhere, chapter numbers are the big ones, and then the verse numbers are the small. Most verses will only be as long as a sentence or two. And if you're reading aloud, you can skip the verse numbers, but they're always good to know when looking things up again later. For example, this is James, chapter 5, verse 16. Therefore confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous man is powerful and effective. Remember this verse. Some will also have useful section heads, which tell you a summary of the passage underneath. Have you heard of Noah and the flood? Or the story of the Good Samaritan? There they are. And then you can find something like this. This is a footnote, and it indicates, oh look, you know some interesting fact? Or, wait, this isn't the only place you can find these words. You can also find them in this book, in this chapter, and verses. That's where it's repeated. Lastly, not every Bible has a concordance, but if yours has one, it's really useful for looking at passages right down to verse reference. It's more specific than a subject index, but it works the same way. So we'll probably have the more abstract references listed than its generalist counterpart. So if I go to my concordance here, let's say money. Everyone likes to talk about that. Where's it discussed? Here's a phrase from which it came, and here's the reference. Wait, does the Bible say the money is the root of all evil? Wrong. But here is something close to it, and yet not the same. If we go to 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10, we can find that the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. I note that this is especially helpful if you are more familiar with a particular version, because you are more likely to find the right reference you were looking for in the first place. Just don't bother with something like Romans 7 verse 15 or 19. That I'm referring to is the Concordance still. And that's most of it. If you're reading aloud, tell us the book name, chapter, and verse range before you start. And away you go. I have read the whole of it, but if you're stuck anywhere and come across some words or names you need the pronunciation of, comment down below, and if there are enough, I may just record myself doing that too. Only if you have something like the genealogies, then you may as well look it up digitally on the web, which is what I'll be covering in my next video. In that one, I'll be showing you how to navigate the digital Bible. Freely available if you have internet access. Hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you next time and have a great day.